Los. Hi folks, this is all the fruit. I'm on the beautiful island of Tenerife, in the Tenerife Palmetum, which during the last years has really developed into my favorite botanic garden on the Canary Islands. And today I got the permission to harvest coconuts here. Well, they have different coconuts here. For example, here, this beautiful palm is the red Spicata, some sort of dwarf coconut. As far as I understand, this is a grafted variety. Really valuable, and they are waiting for all the fruits to mature. They didn't tell me for what reason, but I guess they maybe want to plant them. Let's see what comes out of those fruits. So I'm not supposed to harvest those, and since there is some construction going on here and this is a very valuable palm, they have put a fence around it. So what else do they have here? Well, when they created the Palmetum, they just got a lot of random coconut seeds, coconut fruit from Africa, mostly from Senegal. And the boss of the Palmetum, Mr. Carlo Morici, told me, well, those were like the old varieties. They are not named varieties. They are basically lumped under, what was it? Yellow African tall and green African tall, but those are old country varieties. Basically, if it's tall and it's from Africa and it's a yellow African tall. If it's tall and it's from Africa and it's a green African tall. Well, what do we have here? Here they have some beautiful yellow coconut, very well developed. Beautiful green coconut, very well developed. However, somebody picked it. It was still quite unripe because the hard shell inside is not hard. Somebody picked it and drank it. But I brought it here because of the nice green color. Then here, they picked some, about a week ago, some green coconuts, which are already not so green because they were lying around for a week or so in the quite warm weather. And as you can see, most of the coconuts here are not well developed. Somebody suggested two diseases to me which might do this. This is a really well developed coconut. Well, this here will have a tiny nut here in the lower part. As you can see, basically only this part is developed, the upper part is shriveled up. I will open this in a moment, but first I want to go and harvest a tall African, a yellow African tall, a tall African yellow. Here around this dried up water basin, we have a lot of them growing. Unfortunately, the trees are still low enough so that I can go and harvest them. Oh, by the way, behind the camera is my beautiful assistant, Michi um die Welt, who is a very famous Instagram blogger. Check out her blog. Well, her website was michiumdiewelt.com, I think. Definitely check that out. And I'm sure she has nothing against you checking out her wonderful website and videos, which are much more professional than mine. Okay, well, here on the first tree, lots of coconuts, but this is not the correct shape for them, so they are really not well developed. On the second tree, they are they are better developed, quite yellowish, but still not what I would call a healthy coconut bunch. Let's see, on the third tree, there seems to be nothing. Here on the fourth tree, they seem quite well developed, and I think they are low enough so that I can cut one. So folks, if you come to the Palmetum, please don't start picking fruit left and right. Actually, don't pick anything. They are also toxic things here, and also I got the permission. Oh, those are really beautiful coconuts, really well developed. on, where are you? Here it is. So let's go back and compare it to the other coconut they picked about a week ago. Yeah, this is quite nicely developed. Not perfectly, but quite nice and thick and plump compared to the other one, which developed basically only half of its potential. Wait, seems like we are not the only ones filming here. There is someone. Oh, okay, they are not filming. I thought that they have very professional filming equipment here, but it seems that they are just replacing the light posts. Okay, got an itch on my back. Now the itch is gone. I think this one will be really good. Maybe it will not be completely ripe, so there will not be a lot of flesh inside, but for drinking this will be really good. So this one we cannot try anymore because somebody already enjoyed it. The red Spicata over there with this beautiful yellow color we cannot try because they really want us to preserve every fruit. And of course it's more important to keep the fruit to get new trees than to eat and drink them. So let's try this one. As I said, they cut this about a week ago. So some of the water will be gone by now. Okay. Oh, look at that. A really badly developed nut. Well, I will cut it open so that you can see what is inside. Maybe somebody can diagnose this disease. I've seen coconuts on the Canary Island look like this already. Okay, now let's do it the old-fashioned way. Let's remove the green part first. If I had a heavy-duty knife, but this is just a kitchen knife for 79 cents, so this is not. I shouldn't do too much with it. Last time I tried to open a coconut here in this Palmetum, my knife broke inside the coconut. So this time the nice gardener Julio is not around to help me out. Okay, well, what is the other half? As you see, this is quite a tiny coconut seed, which we like to call nut for such a giant fruit. Whenever I harvest stuff from those coconut trees, everything starts itching. Well, it's what it looks inside, more or less like a geode with tiny little crystals. No water, no trace of water. A very weak shell. And the flesh is probably edible. Tastes like coconut flesh. A bit salty. Well, I did not expect a lot of this particular fruit, but it still managed to disappoint me. But this one looks perfect from the outside, so I hope it will not disappoint me. Okay, it already got a hard shell, so we have to do it the slow way again. I hope that I can just cut it open if it has a soft shell. like this one, but it seems to be a bit more mature. What am I doing here? Funny, there is a lot of water coming out, but I think I'm still just penetrating the outer rind. This is, what is this, the exocarp. But even the exocarp in this one is nice and juicy. I hope that the water inside will be even better. Although this fruit is a lot shorter, the seed inside, the so-called coconut, seems to be about the same size as the one in the much longer fruit. So, let's see what we get here. Well, opening coconuts with such a cheap knife is quite dangerous because the knife can break and the pieces can go anywhere, but that's what I have now. Soon I'll be back to Germany, where I have a machete collection, so I will be able to do much better work. Something doesn't look completely good here. I hope that this little damage here is not going inside the seed and damaging the edible and drinkable parts. So, oh, come on. Oh, this is really embarrassing. When you don't have a good knife, you cannot do a good job. So, thought that this would go much faster, but and I still haven't even come to the hard shell. So this is still the soft fibrous outer rind from which you can make coconut mats and insulation material and such like. Okay, now I removed a lot of the outer fibrous part. Now I'll try to get at the drinkable part. Coconut is a monkey with two eyes and the mouth. The trick is to find the mouth. This is the mouth, it's softer than the eyes. In the mouth you make a big hole, and then in one of the eyes you make a small hole, but don't do this like I do it. Don't ever hack anywhere when your hand is in the way, or you might end up not just with a big hole in the coconut, but with a big hole in your hand. Quite good. Tastes like a nice fresh coconut, but since the shell is already hard, this is actually the phase where you can get perfect water and also already some flesh out of it. a little bit sour. In this case, not very sweet, but sour. Okay, now we finished the water. Now let's look at the flesh. Oh yeah, nice well developed flesh in there. Around here, look right here, there seems to be a part. I did not damage this part. It's between the two holes I made. It seems to be underdeveloped there. So this coconut might also be infected by some of the problems the other one had, but most of the flesh is in perfect condition. It's nice and soft, so that I can extract it very easily. Look at that. Nice and soft flesh. Sweating. Yesterday the weather was cold and cloudy, but today, yeah. I think this is the best age for a coconut. You get almost all the water. It almost peak taste, and you also get this soft flesh. Not the hard one from the supermarket. So folks, those were some coconuts you can see in the Tenerife Palmetum. The red Spicata, here behind the red container, which is a named variety. They have a couple other named varieties here, but they planted them recently, stuff like the jasmine coconut and so. They planted them recently, and so it will take a couple years till they can harvest them. All the other ones, this most probably the African, the green African tall, and this most probably the yellow African tall, are not really named and registered varieties, but just ways to name types of coconuts from Africa. Yeah, if you have the opportunity, definitely visit the Palmetum. As I said, it's, in my opinion, the greatest botanic garden in the Canary Islands. Stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the beautiful island of Tenerife. Check out the website and Instagram channel and blog of michiumdiewelt.com. And of course, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.